I think the field's my outlet. You know, stepping over the line. I think many an athlete has that where they have a different switch. And I choose to be jovial. I choose to be happy. It's kind of how I approach the game. It's a limited time that we get to do it, so I try and enjoy every minute I can. You know, training and off the field. Game day is a little different. Game days you have an hour and a half to keep your job, so you have to take that a little more serious, don't you? So that's kind of my approach. And when I step over the white line on game day, it is a different person. And most people that know me personally, that see me play for the first time, are actually quite shocked. My nephew was diagnosed with diabetes last year, so I participated in some diabetes things this year. A lot of fundraising, a lot of things I do on my own. You know, it's a neat situation I'm in. I don't have to wait for the team to send me somewhere. I heard of a girl that had been paralyzed earlier this year. She fell off an ATV. Doctors diagnosed her as quadriplegic. I actually went and visited her about 11 days after her surgery, and she was starting to recover some of her feelings in her limbs. So it's the reward of doing what I do. You know, I'm not sure if I didn't play professional soccer I would have ever gotten the chance to meet Lexi. So Lexi Bolds has been important to me this year, just keeping her in the back of my mind, and it reminds me what's important. I've been involved a lot with Muscular Dystrophy Association. When we were in San Jose, I was heavily involved with them. I just did it was a charity golf tournament, actually. John Madden kind of travels around, and he raises a ton of money, and when they were in the Bay Area, he had me in as a guest. And I was able to meet him, and through that golf tournament, I realized, you know, how much of a problem muscular dystrophy is, how many kids have it, and how many kids are in wheelchairs for their whole life. And just the idea to raise money to send them to camps is what we were doing. A camp where they get to go spend a week with other kids with MD. They get to go and be normal, you know. And that's what most of the kids said. It's like you don't have to be the only kid in a wheelchair that week. And it was. I'll tell you what. I went up to the camp one day, and it convinced me, man. It reminds you what matters. It's like I get to play a sport, and thankfully that opens the avenue to help these kids.